Hey, so another random video topic where I just kind of rant or go on or go off on an idea I have. I haven't done these in a while. But this time's video idea was actually inspired by a video I saw of another content creator I watched called Mr. Multiverse, which basically came from the news of a DC announcing they're making an anime, and he made a kind of list sort of video talking about other DC characters that should get their own animes, and that kind of got me thinking, going on a tangent. Like, I'm not much of a DC person, but I am a Marvel person, and Marvel has occasionally dived into making, the anime territory. I know there's been a few animes of Marvel characters in the past. I think X-Men had an anime for a while. Wolverine, obviously. I think Black Widow had like a movie or OVA or something. I'm not quite sure. I just remember that being brought up, and they were like, and another animes I remember, one was sort of like an almost like a sort of Yu-Gi-Oh ripoff, but with Marvel characters, where like these kids summon them through like cards or whatever, or I don't know. I know it's called Disc Wars, and then there was another one with the main characters were also original characters, called the Future Avengers or whatever. But other than that, there aren't really a lot of attempts with Marvel animes since then. Neither in animation in general, which is a whole thing you can get into if you want, but thinking about that video and thinking about the past attempts has made me think, what if Marvel attempted the making anime route? The route making animes of for the characters or works again. Like, what if they tried doing that more often? And if they did, which characters should they give anime series to? So today I'm basically here to do something like that and suggest various characters that I've thought of that could maybe have their own animes, or would be interesting if they had their own animes. So yeah, I wrote them down. Not a lot. I'll try to get through them quick, but let's start. So, if you know me personally, and who some of my favorite Marvel characters are, then the first choice I have written down here for a possible anime series isn't that surprising, and that would be the Scarlet Witch anime, which sounds, at least to me, sounds interesting. Like, there could be potential there, like it could be a sort of like maybe something in the vein of like a magical girl type of anime, but like with a darker edge, kind of like a Madoka or something. It could, within the series itself, could take inspiration from any comic run. I don't care. It could be like one of the older runs for the character, or like maybe even the more modern, because there's a recent Scarlet Witch comic run going on right now, so maybe they could take inspiration from that. Have her live like this double life of like using her magic to help people who come to visit her, and that can be like a sort of episodic type anime where every week, every new episode, she's facing like a new threat or demon or something that's like symbolic or whatever, you know, like that kind of stuff. And you can also use it as like a way to explore her interpersonal problems more. Like, honestly, the anime could be about anything. It could be set during a House of M universe, or like it could just be in like a more normal current Marvel universe with like her helping, you know, since the current one is like her helping people who visit her in like this bookshop she owns, that kind of stuff. It could be whatever, I don't mind, but just something revolving around her and learning how to use her magic for good could be just an interesting premise in of itself. And the various characters you could have show up, you could have Quicksilver show up, obviously, maybe Vision or Wonder Man or any of her past love interests if you want. Polaris could maybe be also in there. Magneto could maybe make a cameo. I don't know, just like explore her relationships and stuff, but have that dark magical girl edge. I don't know, that's just a thought. But or maybe even explore her relationship with her kids. Like maybe it's in a time where Billy and Tommy are already there, and they could also make an appearance in that anime hypothetically too. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Let's get to my next suggestion, which is the character of Gwenpool. Now this sounds like a random character to pick, but hear me out. Because Gwenpool's character, with the idea of a possible anime I have for her, she's basically already a character made. Like, she's basically already an isekai protagonist. Like, her whole character introduction and origin is just like she got isekai'd into the Marvel universe. So like that could be like a whole thing. If you make like an anime for her, it could be about her getting transported into the Marvel universe, or maybe she gets double transported into like a fantasy world, which you usually see in isekai animes like that. So like, and since she's already a fourth wall breaking character, you could basically use it as like an opportunity to just make fun of isekais and like the various tropes you see in them. Like you see pop up in them like constantly all the time. Like a fun parody type of show. Like that's you can do with her. And like you can have I'm like thinking you can like once like a joke that could probably be made like once she gets transported is like, oh wow, I got teleported to a different world and I didn't even have to die. You know, like Truck-kun didn't get me today. You know, like something like that. I mean, obviously it's not funny coming from me, but like you get if you watch enough anime, especially isekai anime, you know what I'm referencing about the truck. But like, yeah. That's basically the only idea for a possible Gwenpool anime I have. But let's move on to another character I have here. And this one feels like the most obvious character they would ever pick if they were to do an anime, and that's SpiderMan. Honestly, how has SpiderMan not gone like a proper anime of his own? Like, I know he's appeared in other Avengers animes, like Discourse, I think he was there, and Future Avengers, and I know there was like a live action show, like he was given a live action show in Japan in like the 70s, I think. I don't know when, but yeah, just how has he never gotten like a proper full-on anime adaptation of his own? Like, and I also know there's been like mangas, like spin-off mangas about Spider-Man 2, but like a full-on anime. How's that just never happened for him? Like, he's already kind of an anime, like, he's already kind of an anime protagonist if you think about it. You know, like, everything about responsibility and using powers wisely, and the power of, like, love and friendship and believing in yourself, you know, like, all that stuff in anime that is always, like, pushed. So, like, he's basically kind of an anime protagonist. Plus, the fact that he's just a teen with superpowers and all the adventures you could see, and all the adventures and maybe arts from the comics that could be animated into an anime format would just be really cool. Also, the fight scenes between him and any of his villains would probably look really cool and detailed if it was in an anime format or anime style. Plus, Spider-Man's an anime protagonist in more ways than one, because he, like other anime protagonists, just has a harem. And let's not deny that Spider-Man occasionally has harems. Like, so many girls like him or have crushes on him at the same time. Like, that's not something you can deny happens. So yeah, that's another funny way how he's an anime protagonist already. But yeah, I don't have any real specific suggestions of what a Spider-Man anime could be like. Just, I guess, just a daily adventures of him trying to live a balanced life of being Peter Parker and Spider-Man, you know, and the shenanigans like that. I don't know. Maybe there can be like a big threat that lingers in the background as like continuity, but I don't know. It's just something. The next one is probably one that doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I just put it there as a more self-indulgent kind of thing because I like the character, and that's a Hawkeye anime. Now, I know it's a weird choice, but again, my list, so I'm gonna put like one self-indulgent thing. But yeah, it's a more again, this is a more self-indulgent choice, sorry. But this is also like my Spider-Man one, where it's like, where I don't really have a specific kind of story this could have, but the idea of just him going on just episodic adventures and maybe running into other characters, like maybe Kate can be a recurring character in there, Lucky the dog, maybe like Mockingbird or Black Widow could also show up at some points, Spider-Woman, Tracksuit Mafia, obviously. If they want, they could take inspiration from the Matt Fraction comic for this anime and basically just have it be kind of like inspired by that if they want. Another thing, imagine the stylization and how cool, like the cool animation we could get whenever Hawkeye fires an arrow, and like the cool animation we can get in like an anime style when that happens, you know? I think that's mostly my big one, to just to see how they would animate him like shooting his arrows, because he's clearly very good, and anime likes to be over stylized sometimes with like attacks and stuff, so like that has potential to look cool. But yeah, this was just a small one. I don't really have much to add on. So let's just get to the next one. And the next one I have here is is a Doctor Strange anime. Again, this is a character that is already very anime feeling, so I'm surprised he hasn't gotten his own anime or anything like that yet. But Doctor Strange, he's like a cool character. And if there's not like a lot of story you can tell, you can just make the anime like maybe do like an anime of Strange Academy. Like that seems like it could fit. Have him be like the main character and just have like some and choose like pick out specific students from the comics to be like recurring characters or secondary characters who just kind of who he teaches and tags along with on adventures and assignments and stuff. Basically just like a magical school anime, but with Doctor Strange, and it's that Strange Academy. I don't know how to compare. I don't know why Jujutsu Kaisen is coming to mind as like a comparison I'd use, but I don't think it'd be like as like dark as like that anime. But it's like the most recent kind of like supernatural schooling anime I can think of right now as like a comparison, but I don't think it really is close to what I'm thinking of for an anime like that. But yeah, a Doctor Strange / Strange Academy anime would be cool. All the kid characters you'd see him interact with, yeah, all the student characters they could come up with and use. Doctor Strange, Wong, maybe Clea can show up. Who knows? But the next one is a Thunderbolts anime. A team. This time it's more like a team, like a not really like a single protagonist and there are other characters, but this is more like a group / team anime. Where like I mean, there'd probably be like a point of view character, but I don't really see this as being like. I see this more being like an ensemble kind of piece. You know, and I don't know which specific Thunderbolts team you could use as like the main focus. Maybe you can do like an amalgamation of various teams and like put them together for this anime. Also, I think I just want to see characters like Songbird in anime format, because Songbird kind of already looks like an anime character a little bit with like the white hair, pink streaks, the wing, like she just looks cool. And I think she'd look cool in anime format. And also maybe like a Bucky 2, Winter Soldier can also be on that team. Other characters, I gotta remember who else was on Thunderbolts right now, but yeah, Thunderbolts anime could be cool. The next one I have is an Agents of Atlas anime. Again, why has this not been made yet? Feels very obvious that that's something Marvel should have been doing a while ago, since Agent of Atlas is clearly a very, like, it's like Marvel's most obviously anime inspired team, since it takes a lot from like Asian cultures and stuff. So, and sometimes the character of Swordmaster's on the team, who is literally feels like a parody of literally every anime protagonist with like his magical sword and stuff, and his comic is literally like most of the Agents of Atlas characters spin-off comics are purposefully drawn in very anime styles. So yeah, an Agent of Atlas show, anime, would be very cool, and honestly, I'm the most surprised this hasn't happened yet, because that could have potential to be cool with all the characters on the team. And let's get to the last one I have. The last three have all been like more team-focused suggestions, but these are just the ones I came up with. But let's get to the very last one. And the last one I have here is a Midnight Suns anime. Could you imagine a horror anime? Midnight Suns? Like, how cool would that be? Like, supernatural horror Midnight Suns in anime format. That'd be so cool. And I don't know how you would, like, you can do various ways with this anime. You could take inspiration from the recent game that came out. Maybe take inspiration from from the older 90s comics. Maybe have the team be a combination of the 90s team and a more modern team. Maybe it could be like, not like a new character, since the game already kind of does that, but maybe like a younger Marvel character like Nico Minoru or Robbie Reyes can be like younger, and they're recruited by the team, and the whole show is just just them learning about the team and being a part of it. You learn more about the team members that are there along the way, more about the main characters, their interactions, like that kind of thing. That's like an idea I have. But yeah, just like Midnight Suns, super cool supernatural horror show, has potential to be a cool anime if they wanted to. But yeah, those are basically all my suggestions for Marvel characters or Marvel groups that should or could be good animes if given the chance and given to the right people and studio. But yeah, that's basically it. That's it for now. That's all I had. If you watched this far, thank you for listening to my obsessive ramblings about Marvel. I hope you enjoyed. If you're a fan of Marvel and anime, tell me which characters you would like to see get like anime adaptations or shows. And yeah, that's basically it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. This has been Just Some Fangirl, and we are out.